Who are the top 10 characters from the Mortal Kombat universe returning to Mortal Kombat 11? Let's discuss.
One foot in front of the other.
What's going on, my dudes, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another Mortal Kombat 11 video. Today's going to be a dope one. Today we are going to discuss our thoughts on who we think are the top 10 characters coming back to Mortal Kombat 11. Because so far, we really only have confirmed Scorpion, Raiden, and the mystery female character. We have no idea who she is, and Shang Tsung. Obviously, pre-order bonus. There you go. We do have confirmation of 2 Scorpions, essentially. Everyone's saying time bending, which I see, but also multiverse. So today, we're going to talk about who we think, well, who I think personally, are the top 10 most likely to come back into this new edition of the game, the following sequence of the storyline so far, what we've seen, and what we can guess based off NetherRealm's previous, I guess you could say, habits and their trends. And do not forget, my dudes, if you like what you see and you like the content, don't be afraid to drop your brother a like. A thumbs up always helps, and subscribe if you're new, and do not forget to hit that bell, guys, so you don't miss a thing. And also, my dudes, I want to hear your thoughts. Tell me down below, who are your top 10? Who do you guys think is coming back to Mortal Kombat 11? I cannot wait to hear you guys' thoughts. So without further ado, my dudes, let's get into it, and let's discuss the top 10 characters who I think are coming back to Mortal Kombat 11 in no particular order, by the way. Just the top 10, no order. Starting off with number 10, let's go. Starting us off with number 10 is Shang Tsung, the longtime enemy of basically everyone at Outworld, everyone in NetherRealm. He's just an enemy of everybody. And the reason why I think he's going to be probably back in Mortal Kombat 11 is he wasn't in Mortal Kombat X, which was a pretty big deal considering how big of a villain and enemy he was to everybody else. He's been a big bad guy for the whole series, and now that we have confirmation of time travel and multiverses, I do not see Shang Tsung being that hard to put back in the game. And as you guys can imagine, he's basically an all-time favorite villain from the community because of his ability to take on everybody else's form and use their power. So if you were good with a multiple of characters, you just choose to be Shang Tsung. So if you fight somebody like that, you can just become them and just take it all. So he makes the top 10 for show. Now for number 9, we got the Tarkatan meatbag known as Baraka. Now Baraka is, as you guys know, a Tarkatan race. I'm not quite sure why out of all the millions of Tarkatans, he gets the most attention. But the reason why I believe he's going to be in the top 10 here is because he's been around for so long. He's been around since I think probably the first couple, if I remember correctly. He's been around for just forever. And he was actually so well wanted in the MKX that the community, they asked for him. That the company, they actually made Alien. They made a Baraka version for Alien and the variants of how Alien played. So Baraka, he's going to be making top 10 on my list for show as well. And on our way to number 8 is the Dragon King himself, Onaga. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I personally have been wanting Onaga in the game for quite some time. He wasn't in MK9, he wasn't in MKX, he actually hasn't been around, I don't think, since Deception. And man, he would just look so dang good with the modern graphics and the modern mechanics of how the game works and how the fighters fight. Oh my gosh, and if they actually implement the gear system like they did from Injustice 2, and they put Onaga in MK11, you guys can just imagine some of the gear that would look so dope on the Dragon King himself. It would just look so awesome, and I really hope they put him in there, having a big old fighter like that. He's actually a big villain. He's up there with like Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, Shao Kahn. He's up there with all of them. I'm not quite sure why we haven't seen him for so long, and I know we would all love to see him in MK11. And putting us at number 7, we have the Jade Princess herself, Jade. Wow, what a name. Jade Princess. I love it. Now, as you guys know, she's probably one of the biggest female characters in the Mortal Kombat universe. Up there with, Katana and Melina, all sisters. Now, she did die in Mortal Kombat 9, as you guys know, but as we saw from the trailer, there's going to be some time travel or multiverse kind of thing. So, really, anybody who's died doesn't really matter anymore because they can easily come back and we could see it. Again, she's one of the biggest female characters in the universe there, and she was in the last one. She did have a variation with Katana using Jade's staff as one of her variants, but I'm pretty sure we would all love to see the Jade Princess come back and be her own fighter, especially with the possible gear system and stuff like that. I'm sure and I know we all want more female characters, so I think she would make a great addition as a returning character. At number 6, we have the Throne Stealer Kotal Kahn. Now, this might surprise some of you, but here's why I think he's coming back, okay? Of course, he was probably one of the main characters in MKX. He was a new character, so I don't see NetherRealms making a brand new character like that and not keeping him, especially if he was such a big deal in MKX with the storyline. We all know MK11 is after MKX story-wise, so why the heck would Kotal Kahn not be in it? He wasn't that big of a character fan base-wise. Not a lot of people enjoyed him, but he's just such a big character that I don't see why he wouldn't come back. He had great variations, in my opinion, with the Sun God, Blood God, and all that. He had a good moveset, and he was just such a big character, and he wasn't as bad or as big of a villain as Shao Kahn or Shang Tsung, whatever, but I do feel like he's big enough to make it back in MK11. And at number 5, we actually have a 3-4-1. We actually have the 3 children of the original Mortal Kombat characters, such as Cassie Cage, Jacqueline Briggs, and Takeda. They are all brand new characters that had awesome movesets, great variants for the variations in the MKX game, and they just had a really big impact on the story of MKX. If you guys have played through it, spoiler alert, Cassie Cage actually beats Shinnok in the end. Such a big character that I do not see them not coming back in Mortal Kombat 11. They just had one of the biggest impacts on the game's story, and as we all know, MK11 again, story-wise, is actually after MKX. So with the story and the timeline continuing, they are older, maybe just by a little bit, but they're not dead, and they're not going to be dying out. They're not old. I just feel like they're coming back. They're just too big of an impact not to have in Mortal Kombat 11. And right at number 4, guys, we have the Dark Sorcerer Quan Chi. Now, I don't know if I have to explain this too much, guys. How obvious is it not that he's gonna be in MK11? You guys, he's been such a huge character in almost all of the Mortal Kombats. And yes, he did die in Mortal Kombat X, but again, we're talking about time travel, we're talking about multiverse, we're talking about so much here that the probability and chances of him coming back are just so high that I just consider him part of the game now. He had a great moveset. He wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the most fan-wanted character, but he's just such a huge part of the Mortal Kombat universe that I just don't see him not coming back. I think he's a great character, he's a great villain, he's been one of the biggest villains forever, and he's definitely making his way back into the Mortal Kombat universe in MK11. Now, putting us in the top 3, we have the Water Ninja Rain. I don't know how much you guys know about Rain. He wasn't that big of a character in MK9, considering he was actually a DLC character, and he was in MKX as part of the storyline. We all were wanting him in the MKX DLC, but we never got him, which is kind of a bummer. So that's why he makes my top 3, is because he's so fan-wanted. And even MK9, he actually had a great moveset that everybody loved, and I just feel like he would make a great addition to the MK universe, especially with the new modern mechanics of how the fighting game goes now. He has such cool fatalities, he could have such amazing brutalities, a great moveset, special moves, and everyone wants to play Water Ninja. We've all been wanting to be Water Ninja since we were 4 years old. So putting him in the game, I just think would be a great addition, and I'm going to bet some money down that he's going to be in MK11 for sure. And at number 2, we have the Wind God himself, Fujin. Now, I love the idea of Fujin. I love Fujin, who he is as a person. He's just as awesome and cool as Raiden, and Raiden is my top go-to guy. He is freaking awesome. So, and we all wanted Fujin in MKX, just like Rain. He was in the MKX story. We saw him fight. We saw a couple of his movesets, maybe. We wanted him for DLC, but we just never got him. As a community, as a fan base, we all wanted to see him return, but he just hasn't. And with Raiden returning, and the timeline, the multiverse, Fujin, I think, would make a great addition. We just have not seen in the past couple games, and I know we're all wanting to see another god be a fightable character in the MK universe. And putting his way in my number 1 spot is the earth-bending ninja Tremor. Now, I might be a little bit biased on this part because I absolutely love Tremor. I was actually super stoked when they announced him for MKX as a DLC character. I think he should have been main roster. Gosh, he was so cool. He had such a great moveset. He actually had the most secret brutalities in the MKX actually roster. So that tells you right there they put a lot of work into him. So I don't see why they wouldn't keep what they had blueprint content-wise, and put him in MK11. He was actually a huge success. A lot of people loved him in the community in MKX, and we actually haven't seen Tremor besides MKX. We haven't seen him in a game since I think the Vita port back in MK way back in the day. Huge fan of Wanted. I love him. I think he would be a great addition, and that is why he is in my #1 spot for the returning roster in MK11. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is my top 10 characters who I think are going to return or have the biggest chance of returning in MK11. Let me know what you guys think down below. I really want to hear what you guys got to say and who you think is going to return in MK11. I had so many days. It was so hard to narrow it down to just these top 10. But again, they're the ones I think that have the biggest chance, and that probably will. But again, guys, I want to hear your thoughts. And don't forget, guys, if you like the content, please give the video a thumbs up. And also, if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You guys are awesome. I love you all. And remember, take it one step at a time. Thanks again.